Hi boys and girls, so today we are going to look at fractions and we are going to start by asking ourselves what is a fraction. So what you have to understand is a fraction is part of a whole or part of a group. Okay, so now we are going to start by asking ourselves what does half mean? So we have an apple over here. And I would like you to imagine you have this apple with you and you have your sister or your brother and you'd like to share this apple. So how are you going to share this apple between the two of you so that you all get equal? You all share the equal amount of the apple. So how are you going to share it between the two of you? Okay? So if you are to share this apple, okay, between the two of you, I think you will cut the apple into two parts. So when you cut the apple into two parts, your friend will get half part of it and you will also get half of it. So when something is split into two equal parts, we call each piece a half, okay? So like I asked you that I would like you to imagine you are sitting with your brother or your sister and you have this apple and you'd like to share with your sister. Now, how are you going to share this apple between the two of you? You are going to cut it into two equal parts so that you all get the equal size of the apple. So your brother or your sister will get half of it and you will get half of it. That means you shared it equally. Okay, so when you cut this apple into two, it means you have cut it into half. Okay, and that's why we call it a half. Okay, we call each piece a half. So this is a half and this is a half. Okay, so now we're going to ask ourselves, how do we write the number half? How do we write the number half? Now that you've known that if you cut an apple into two pieces, okay, two equal pieces, that is a half. So the next question is, how do we write the number half? Okay, so this is how we write the number half. You can see we have 1 over 2. So 1 stands for the numerator and then 2 stands for the denominator. Okay. So this is the number pieces it is split into. So this is the number of pieces it is split into. So you can see this is 2, which means that apple was split into 2 equal parts. Okay. And then when we look at 1, this is how many of those pieces. So like now 1 is how many of those pieces. Okay, so now let's continue. So can you spot the shapes with half of the share colored? Can you spot the shapes with half of the share colored? So like for example, you have this square over here, okay? And then you have the circle and you have the triangle, okay? So can you spot the shape that is half colored? So that is for you to think. Great. So now when you look at this square, you can see it has been cut into half, okay? And let's look at the circle. Is this circle cut into half? Oh yeah, the circle has been cut into half. And then when you look at the triangle, it is also cut into half. How about the square? Is it cut into half? Let's find out. Oh, it's also cut into half. Very good. How about this triangle? Is it cut into half? Oh no, it's not cut into half and that's why it has disappeared. Oh, and then how about this arrow? Is it cut into half? Yes, it's cut into half. It doesn't mean that when you're cutting the shape you're cutting it into two equal parts. It doesn't mean that you just have to cut it straight like this from up going down. You can use different direction like this one. You cut it like this in a slant way, but still it is half. Okay. And how about the square? Whoops, it has disappeared. That means it's not cut into half. And how about the heart? Is it cut into half? Oh no, it's not. So how many are there? How many of these shapes that have been cut into half are there? So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 of them. Okay, so now let's continue. What is a quarter? What is a quarter? So now this is an apple you can see over here. Now I would like you now to picture yourself between you and your brother, your sister, your mom, and your dad. Sorry, it's you, your brother, your sister, and your mom. You are just four of you. How are you going to share this apple between the four of you? How will you share this apple between the four of you so that you all get an equal part? Okay, so when something is split into four equal pieces, we call each piece a quarter. So that means that when you cut this apple into four pieces, when you cut it into four pieces, it means you've cut it into a quarter. So each one of you are going to get a piece that is a quarter of the apple, and you all have to get equal parts. Okay, so this apple has been cut into four equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're going to give one to your mom, your dad, you'll take one, and then your sister. Okay, and then you all get equal parts. Very good. Now, how do we write the number quarter? How do we write the number quarter? Now that we have the four pieces of them, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 pieces of the quarter. It's 4 parts. Now, how do we write this number a quarter? Great. It is 1 over 4. Wow, 1 over 4, which means 1 stands for the numerator and 1 is for denominator. So this is the number pieces it is split into. So this 4 represents the 4 equal parts. It has been cut into 4 equal parts. And then 1 represents how many of those pieces. Okay, so this is how many of those pieces? 1. Okay, you had cut each into 1 quarter. Okay, so you've cut them into 4 equal parts and it's a quarter, which means it's one of them. Good, let's continue. So what have we learned? Okay, so let's see. Now you have this square over here. I want you to get a piece of a paper if you have it next to you, and I know that paper is in a rectangular form. I want you to share this paper into 2 equal parts. That means you're sharing into half. Okay, so how are you going to cut it into 2? Let's find out. Okay, so you've cut it into 2 like this. That means it is a half and a half. Okay, so you can see this is how we write half. 1 over 2. Very good. Let's continue. Now it has been cut into 4 equal parts. I love this. Okay, so now that it has been cut into 4 equal parts, that means that one piece of it is a quarter. Okay, so it has been written 1 over 4, 1 over 4, 1 over 4, and 1 over 4. Okay, now we are going to ask ourselves some questions. Okay, can you spot the shapes with quarter of the shape colored? So you have these shapes over here. We want to see which one of them is a quarter. Are you able to remember that? Okay, so let's see. This one is a quarter. Okay, how about this? Do you think it's a quarter? Oh no, it has disappeared, which means it's not a quarter. And how about the circle? Is it a quarter? Yeah, it's a quarter. And how about this one? Oh yeah, it's a quarter. And how about this square over here? Is it a quarter? Yes, it's a quarter. High five. Yeah, good. Now, how about this circle? Is it a quarter? Oh, it is not a quarter. Oops, it disappeared. And how about this rectangle over here? Is this rectangle a quarter? Oh, yes, it's a quarter. And then we have this last shape. Is it a quarter? Okay, now, how many are they? How many of these shapes are they that have a quarter? Can we count them? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They are 6 of them. Wow, so I think now you are able to understand what a quarter is and what a half is. So that's it for today, and see you next time. Bye bye.